Hello everyone, Rebecca here from Stocking My Pantry, and in today's video I am going to be canning a super easy pizza sauce recipe. This is a great recipe for you if you are a beginner canner or if, like me, you just like to do things the easy way. Now the thing that makes it easy is we're going to be starting with this tomato puree. I have two 29-ounce cans of tomato puree. You don't have to cook the tomatoes, peel the tomatoes, or anything like that. And it's also much less expensive to do, unless you're growing your own tomatoes, then of course that's a better option. But if you are having to buy tomatoes, it's much less expensive to use this tomato puree. So let me go over the ingredients with you. It calls for 6.5 cups of fresh plum tomato puree. Now this is not fresh puree. This is actually a ball jam and jelly maker recipe, but since I am using canned tomato puree, it's already cooked down. And because of that, I don't want to use the jam maker because I'm just afraid that it might be too thick, and since I'm not starting with watery puree. Okay, 1/4 cup of lemon juice. I have the 1/4 cup measured out here. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now, since I am varying the recipe by using the canned tomato puree instead of the fresh tomato puree, I also do have some pH strips, and I'm going to check the pH of it after I've simmered it together, just to make sure that it has the right acid level. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Now, all we have to do, since we're not actually needing to cook down the tomato puree, is or the pizza sauce, we just need to put all of the ingredients into the pot. And let me go ahead and turn on my little burner here and bring them up to a simmer. So basically what we're doing is we're just heating it through to make sure that it's hot. And by the way, speaking of hot, I've already heated my jars. This should make around 3 pints of pizza sauce. I'm actually going to be canning mine in 1/2 pints because that's about how much I use at a time. So I have 6 1/2 pints heated up in my canner, and also the water is hot. And by the way, I'll be using my Nesco canner, but you can use any water bath or steam canner. Okay, let's go ahead and open these up and get them in the pot. Okay, 1 can. Okay, next is the 1/4 cup of bottled lemon juice, a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, now I'm just going to stir those. You can see it's already starting to heat up a little bit. Okay, now that was just around the edges, so it's going to take about, I'm thinking about 10 minutes. So just bring it to a simmer and simmer it for a minute or so the flavors kind of meld and it's nice and hot before we put it into the jars. I'll bring it back in just a moment. Okay, so it has been simmering for, well, the heat's been on for about 10 minutes, and I did stir it occasionally while I was kind of clearing things off. I like to just kind of clean as I go. And as I mentioned, I am going to test the pH of this and adapt it if necessary. So let me get one of my handy dandy pH strips. And just going to stick it down in there. Okay, we're going to compare it to the little chart. I do think, let's see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, and it is really not quite as orange as I would like it to be. So I'm going to put just a teensy bit more lemon juice in. because it is really almost there. But it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm also going to give it a little taste test, and I may add a little bit more of the spice to it. I'm pulling off a new pH strip and gonna stick it in there. And again, it's kind of that not quite, so a little bit more. Now obviously I want to put as little of the tomato, or excuse me, lemon juice in as possible because I don't want it to taste overly lemony. And I'm going to also grab a spoon and just give it a taste because I might add a little bit more of the seasoning to it to bring it up to my taste. The dry seasonings you can add as much as you want, that's not a problem. Okay, I'm going to give it a little taste test. And the seasonings aren't quite strong enough for me. So I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit more of the oregano. And garlic powder. I'm not going to go too crazy, but I do want it a little bit more heavily seasoned. And got pepper. Okay. And that should do it. All right, now we're going to use a test strip again and see if the lemon juice that I added is enough to properly acidify it. Okay, I am satisfied now, so I'm going to call that done. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to remove this from heat, and we are going to fill our jars, and then we're going to process them. You can water bath or steam can, either one is fine for this recipe. And by the way, in case I forget to mention, whether you do pints or in my case I'm doing half pints, the processing time is the same. It's 35 minutes, adapting for altitude. All right, let's go ahead and get this jarred up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the jars from the canner. Okay, and I just realized I don't have my canning funnel. I definitely need that, so let me go grab that. So I can actually not find my canning funnel. I'm not sure what happened with it. So I'm just going to use this little measuring thing that actually came with my bread machine. It should be pretty neat. And I will be wiping the rims anyway. So if I have a little bit of mess, it'll be okay. Not ideal, but you know, sometimes you have to improvise. Okay, so I'm going for a 1/4 inch headspace. I don't know if you can see, but I have a little bit of sauce left that won't fit in. I probably should have heated up another jar, but I didn't. So anyway, I'm going to debubble the jars and then I will check the headspace and adjust as needed. Some I definitely have more full than others, which is, you know, okay, because I might need to take some out of some and put them in others, and so that is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, that is just about right. This one has a teeny bit too much. And it looks like this one doesn't have enough. That's why I'm going ahead and putting it in there. Okay, I did make a little bit of mess, but even when I don't, I go ahead and I wipe the rims. So we'll wipe the rims now and put the lids on. Okay, so I had a little interruption. My mom got up, but everything is still hot, so that's good. And I'm just going to wipe the rims. It was definitely a little bit more messy not having my funnel. Like you probably can't see, or you might be able to see, there's a little bit of pizza sauce on the edge there. And so make sure and get it all cleaned off. And again, this is something that you do even if you don't think you made a mess. All right, and now we'll go ahead and get the lids on and the rings fingertip tight. And okay, and I'm going to get them into my canner. The valve is in the exhaust position. It will stay in the exhaust position for the whole time. And I'm going to move it to the closed position. Then I'll bring it around to where you can see the display real well, and we'll get it going. Okay, and I'm going to press water bath steam. The time is 35 minutes. I'm going to add 5 minutes for my altitude, so I will be doing 40 minutes. So, whoops. So first I just want to show you, it's 35 minutes. If you're 1,000 feet or below, for my altitude, I'm adding 5 minutes. And pressing start. Okay, this digital chase that's happening in the front there, it will go around and around for quite a while. There will be some steam that will come out. I will wait till there is a good 6 or 8 inch at least stream of steam coming out, and then I will press start again, and then the countdown timer will begin. I do have a video on how to water bath and how to steam can, 2 different videos using the Nesco. If you're using a different type of canner, just refer to the manual for that canner. Okay, so I am going to bring you back later to show you the finished product. See you in just a bit. Okay, the pizza sauce is out of the canner. It's been a while. They've all sealed. We actually ate one of the jars for lunch today, and it turned out great. One thing that I wanted to mention is that after I added in more seasonings, I did taste it. I didn't show that on camera, and it tasted good. So that's a good thing to do, obviously, before you can it, so you can adjust the spice level. And another thing that I wanted to mention is when I added the extra spices in, it helped to cover up that extra lemon juice taste. So as you recall, I had to add more lemon juice because the acid level wasn't high enough. And speaking of that, especially anytime you tweak a recipe a little bit, a water bath recipe a little bit, you do want to check the pH. Those pH strips are really inexpensive, so I recommend that you pick some up. And I'll link to the ones, I'll try to link to the ones that I purchased, if I can find the link for that. But really, any would do just fine. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would like the video. And if you haven't already done so, if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.